Appreciate you, Coach. One of the great venues to watch a game in any sport and one of the best home crowds in any sport. Soldier Field in Chicago. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Oakland Raiders and the Chicago Bears. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready up.
Mike 57, Mike 57.
General West.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
Weapon.
Here we go, here we go. Sponge, sponge, sponge. No, no, no. Check.
On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
57. Let's go, tight end. Let's go.
Go.
57.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Looking to throw on second down. Eason. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Recon, 132 fighter. X3, 218, chopper.
Number 53, Mike 53. Ready? Tighten up, tighten
Roll
up.
out. Get it.
Operating from the gun, Eason. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down.
Wide, get wide. Check. Fragno.
Fair.
Tight go. Say.
On first down, Eason. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Of course, he was solid last week. AFC Offensive Player of the Week award. 2 touchdowns in that game.
Yeah, he's playing at a level right now where he's just breaking down defenses. Makes me remember when I was playing and my defensive back coach told me, listen, if you give up a touchdown pass, that's on me. I didn't coach you well enough. If you give up a second one, that's on you. And if there's a third one, I'm getting someone else in the game.
Open man is Kirk, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
You go take.
Blue draw, Porter.
Check 13.
There you go. Snap.
On first down, Richard. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. To throw on second down, Eason. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
The seventh play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though.
6-6, pull it high.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. He's at the 30, 20, 10, 5, and he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. It was 3rd down defensively. They were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Check 9, check 9. Check 43. Big gas, big gas, big gas.
Greystone, travel. Ready?
Off the play fake. Eason nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
We own it. Red, up. Check that.
Play action. Now Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Throwing on 1st down. Eason. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland 1st down.
57. Mike, 57. Cut. Go.
On 1st and 10. Eason. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Check 26. Watch the eye.
Get it.
Back to throw. Eason. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. From the gun, Eason. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the second time. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Bears take over.
At their own 36-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out first and 10. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On first down, Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, one thing's for sure. When you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. To throw on second and 10. Trubisky. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now Trubisky on third and long. Going deep this time for Miller. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
X3, 218, chop.
They'll run on first down. Richard, and just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10.
60 outlaw, protein spill.
1 yard gain. Brings up second and 9.
Check.
At the 10-yard line.
Hey, wahoo! Step.
Looking to throw on second down. Eason. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Now the big play pushes him all the way out to the 40 now for first down.
Hey, Sam off.
On first down, Richard. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
To throw on second down, Eason trying to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. The Raiders on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Eason. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack, a milestone sack for him as it moves him past Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor, who finished his career with 132 and a half.
Hey, Charlie.
Go, go, go.
Hey.
57. Here we go, here we go.
He'll try and throw for it here. Able to find Harris, complete. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off play action. Eason. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Escaping the pressure right. And the pressure gets to him again. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Leo.
Back to throw. Eason. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they've got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Tackle.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Going up top for Miller. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. And at 2nd down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Cleveland Farrell in there to bury him for a loss of 11. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. Now Trubisky. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Go. Get it.
On 1st down, Eason. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Throwing on 1st down, Eason. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. The run on first down gets them a couple up to the 27. Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Now it's Trubisky. I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but, Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have him set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest, with the lead, why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, and now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Anthony Miller, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have retaken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 5. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. 80 weapons. 50 seconds to Mike. Check back, check back. Whip, 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 whip. Wait, lock it. Back, back, back.
Off the play fake. Eason under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
Delta.
Better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now.
Looking to throw. Eason. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
57. Mike, 57. Go. Ricky, Ricky. Watch the safety creep. Jim, Jim.
Rock it. Hey, exit.
Operating from the gun. Eason got his man complete over the middle. That's Morgan. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
Roll out. Stand. Undercut.
They're going to try and throw. Nowhere to escape. Rising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. First down, a run with Cohen. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Lock in. Hey, 18.
From the 36, Trubisky flush to his right. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. 14 yards in a Chicago first down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. This clearly the final play of the half, but no field goal attempt. They're going for it with 3 seconds remaining.
Yep. He's not going to get me. 24 is the mic. Watch this. 24 is the mic. 24 is the mic. 24 is the mic. Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Let's get off the field. Let's off the field. 24 is the mic. Get your swerve on. 24. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. 24 is the mic. Danny. 24 is the mic. Who that?
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. And that'll set them back 5.
Let's go.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And then get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And his kick is good. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. On 2nd and 11 now. Trubisky. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Snags it for the pick, and his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Flushed out right. He's going to find a man here. It's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. On 1st and 10, Eason, pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
And that's the second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Hey, Alpha.
50 seconds to Mike. It's a party now.
Back to throw. Eason. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Hey, team 6.
From just shy of midfield, Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that brings up 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Richard. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Khalil Mack has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Hard. It's me and you. It's me and you. Hey, box drop. Go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Eason. He'll find his running back. It's Jalen Richard. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 21 yards there on 3rd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off play action. Eason. He'll find his running back here, Richard.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Eason. His throw incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Hey, Haywood.
57's right. I'm coming after you.
Hey, Sam off.
Coming after you.
Leo.
From the gun, Eason. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Here comes Cohen. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
They can't hang with us. Watch.
18. Alert.
Throwing here, Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. That's caught inside the 20. And he's gonna have this down deep into Oakland territory. Trubisky hitting Robinson for a big one, and even 60 yards. On 1st down, Bowser. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5 now. Trubisky. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Maurice Hurst able to record his 5th sack of the season. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. Here's Trubisky to throw. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown Bears. Allen Robinson with touchdown number 8 on the year. As the Bears push further out in front. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Eason. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Mike 57. I know he ain't got it. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, wahoo.
57's the mic. Watch this.
Ready?
Back to throw. Eason. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Go.
Check 99. Check 99.
Go.
Showing it.
Hey.
He's moving, boy. He's moving.
So that'll back him up 5. Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. With it is Jackson. A field flipper there, a 47-yard punt coupled with a loss on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking...
This is caught inside the 15. So with the pass being completed, they'll go ahead and take that instead.
Nothing extra to be gained. Pass interference at the spot, completed the pass. That was your play. So it might as well have not even had the penalty.
Coming to you.
A quick throw out wide, caught by Robinson. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky as the Bears push further out in front. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from the work he's getting.
Watch the shit. 25, check 25. Let's go.
Off the bootleg. Eason going up top. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
To throw on third down. Eason dancing to his left. Now he'll square up and he's got a man complete. Accelerating, and off he goes. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Oh, they hate that. Wipes out the big play.
And I know this is the NFL, so they would probably fine you for this type of a penalty. But when I was in college, you used to have to do up-downs for the number of yards that you cost a team in a big play.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down.
Kill. Hey, turn it up.
On fourth down, Eason. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off near the 32. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Let's go. Do it.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around? It got his man complete. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 24. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. On second and a couple, Trubisky. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown, Bears. Allen Robinson. His 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. No problem there on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Eason. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. To throw again. Eason. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
A gain of 13 yards. And the Raiders first down.
Here we go.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46.
Under 10. Shift. Out.
Look. Squeeze.
Off the play fake. Eason. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Back to throw. Eason. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
57. Mike, 57.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to clear you up.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Hey, lock it.
Switch gears.
Five.
Operating from the gun. Eason nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Too little. No.
Rock it.
Check 3. Check nickel.
Let's go.
On 4th down, Eason going for the deep ball. And now here is another interception. Picked off inside the 5. very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Alert, 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 alert.
Here's Trubisky. Buying time to his left. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Here we go, G. Check 15.
Hey, ball.
Now it's Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. This is caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 2nd down and inches. He gets it complete to Harris. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 38-yard line. On 1st down, Eason, offense for the nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
We got 3.
Out.
Off play action. Eason. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Yes.
Fresno. Tight dog. Safe.
Fair. BigStriver.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Eason. And he's going to go down again.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
On the ball. Bravo.
57's the mic. Watch 57. All day.
Now.
Every day. Any day.
Shoot.
On 4th down, Eason. He's going to let it fly. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Watch the out. Watch the out.
Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided.
Come on, let's go.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Chicago, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.